The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards. Up to the 27-yard line.
Ready up. 6. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Watch that. Pilot, 64, weak. Bang. Big grip.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check. Mike 5'9". Go.
Now Jones. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike's the 59. Go on. Bravo. 59.
Throwing Jones. It's caught. Shepard. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 43. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Barkley on first down, running into a wall as he's stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
Now Jones from the gun on third down. And Ingram holds it in. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Got it. Set up. 90 Wolf. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. X3. 218. Chopper. Jam. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. 5.
And to give this time to the tailback. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Well, a tackle that time by Akello Witherspoon.
2nd and 10 at the 49ers 17-yard line.
Let's go. 30 base. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, Hal. Watch the eye.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Ready?
Here's Jones operating from the gun. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Giants, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Check 52. Showing up.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Mike, 50. Check right. Tight end right.
35. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a 2nd time.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 56. Here we go, D.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Hey, Charlie. 56. Hey, get in the way.
Back to throw, Darnold. The first catch of the game for George Kittle.
A move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Mike, 58, right there.
Hey, Orbit.
58, come on.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
To throw is Darnold. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep, Golden Tate. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready, break.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 20-yard line.
On the ready.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
59. Mike's 59. I got you pumped.
Deep rip.
2nd and 4. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
The Giants on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Fielded at about the 28. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Let's go, Mike, 50. Mike.
Hey, Echo.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He'll want it.
Darnold He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A big play there for the Niners. 51 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Darnold. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end. Zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you... He's got daylight. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
First down.
Pull it together. Check. Cross. Cross. Begin. Check. Do.
On first down, here's Breida. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10, as they're down to the 29-yard line. This is caught. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check three. Kill.
Now Saquon Barkley, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Down. 10 Lobo.
You ain't got nothing. Mike's 50.
Five.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And the grab by Croft. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first.
Not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Back to throw. Jones. And this is Shepard on the catch. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On the set.
Boys, 56.
Hey. High 7.
Mike 56.
Look. Squeeze.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Ready.
Jones throwing on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
After the interception, here's Darnold. He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there just before halftime. 57 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Jones now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Jones operating from the gun. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Shit. Slam.
They run again with Breida. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
A first down throw, Darnold. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
50 outside. 56 is the mic. Wildfield.
Now on 2nd and 13. Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He's checking. Crash. Hey, switch gears. Switch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, Barkley. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Hey, Delta.
56.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch twins. Hey, 50 seconds.
Darnold now to throw, and he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 18 yards, 1st down Niners.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
58, boys, 58, 58, come on. It's just me and you. It's your time.
Darnold from the gun. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down, San Francisco.
Go 58 to the mic. Get him, get him, get him.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll get this into the hands of Breida. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 3 at the 9-yard line.
We're going to sign. 56. Check 56. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Now it's Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Darnold to throw again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Giants. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. To get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now a give coming right is Breida. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
Here's Darnold. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have now moved out in front.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. This is taken at his 4. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
I'm coming. Check 15,
Recon, 132 fighter. Hit it.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Topper! Fight!
Barkley. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
General West.
Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Check 50 now.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jones got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 44-yard line. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Set, ready? 10 Lobo.
Check 56. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jones going up top. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense.
Minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him, Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Hey, exit.
50, Mike, 50.
Third and long, it's Darnold. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Throwing, Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Exit, exit. Check
6'6", pull it high.
Flare.
A first down carry for Barkley. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. Got a man, Slayton. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 26. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Sam off.
56. You.
He's back to throw. He's able to find Wallace. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. And 2 big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Their own 27-yard line.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. I got it.
Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. He's crashing. He's checking.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Darnold now to throw. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Bravo!
Now it's Darnold. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Now Darnold. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. And unable to connect. It's incomplete. And the clock stopped at 8 seconds. They'll come out in the pistol. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Dante Pettis with 4 seconds remaining. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Extra point right down the middle. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the 49ers, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.